Hiya, this is Chris Sievey of the Freshies telling you that you're listening to the Gary Davis Show. Gary Davis Show on Piccadilly Radio. The Gary Davis Show. Gary Davis Show on Piccadilly Radio. Gary Davis Show. Gary Davis Show on Piccadilly Radio.
Smashing of you to come back. What we're going to do is just remind people of your super hit record that you had out not so long ago, and take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk to Chris in about 3 minutes from now.
I'm in love, he's in love with the girl on a certain Manchester megastore checkout desk.
Ooh, amazing. And we'll be back right after the break talking to Chris Sievey. And with me on the show, Chris Sievey from the Freshies. Well, of course, Chris, we heard the record. That's the one that made sort of a big impact for you. But I believe you've been, as the Freshies, been in existence for quite some time.
Yeah, we've been doing it. Well, I've been doing it since I left school in 1971, when I was 15. Decided I was going to be a pop star, and there I am still going for it. Yeah. We set up our own record company because I went around all the all the record companies, and like no one was interested, so I thought I'll put them out myself. We started doing that in '74, and here we are still going.
So what was the difference between what you've done in the past and, you know, the one that sort of got you a record label deal?
The earlier stuff was rubbish.
Well,
the thing was that we started doing it ourselves, and we decided that we would do it totally ourselves, even if it meant, you know, bad production, which the early records had. And it's just slowly learning where we've got to a stage now where we've got a bit of an idea what we're doing in there, and the results are okay. And it's been great doing it that way because, you know, you get more satisfaction doing it like that.
And presumably now that you have got known and you've done things through this record, does it keep your feet firmly on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, the thing you've got to do is you've got to wake up in the morning and say to yourself that you're dead lucky to be in the position to have a go at doing something you want to do, you know. That's
a nice thought. Well, tell us some of the things that you have done to get the band known.
Well, basically I do daft things. I mean, they're not that contrived actually. I just think of a daft idea, you know, and we do it on impulse. And I'm notoriously known for that. But I mean, to me, it's just having a bit of a laugh, you know.
Is it true that you got a scrapbook cramp full of rejection slips?
Yeah, we published one. Well, we published two actually. There was the Raz collection of rejection slips, which was 104 rejection slips.
Do you never get disheartened though when that's happening?
No, it always spurs me on, you know, because I'm sure record companies haven't any idea what they're doing at all. And even MCA haven't, and it's great.
You can fool them some other time. Well, okay, you've had singles out which you say you've produced yourself, but how did it happen for you? How did you get the deal with MCA?
What happened was we did that record, which you just played.
I'm in love with her.
Yeah, etc.
Yes, etc.
And we put it out just before Christmas, when it's the worst time to put a record out because everyone's trying for the Christmas hit. And it soaked up loads of airplay. And was well on its way going, and MCA approached us and said, if it's still going after Christmas, do you fancy signing a deal? So we said the only deal we want is a licensing deal where we still have full control, and it was still going after Christmas, so they picked up on it.
They took you over. Well, I believe the record made not only you but Helen, the young lady in question, rather a celebrity.
Oh yeah, she used to get people queuing up to sign, you know, the copies. She was more famous than us.
Is that a gimmick though? I mean, did you intend, when you wrote the record and sort of recorded it, did you do it as a gimmick, thinking, well, this might just catch on?
No, well, I mean, of everything I write, I want to catch on. I mean, well, obviously, it's entertainment. Yes. I mean, it wasn't any sort of calculated move. It was just the next one I wrote, and you know. Well,
talking about the next one you wrote, you've got one out now, Wrap Up the Rockets.
Yeah, very comes out today actually.
Today? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, very topical, typical.
Yeah, well, that one, it was like, there's a lot of, it's an anti-nuclear sort of thing, but so many people have done them and they're always dead doomy, like, oh, my arm's going to fall off after this and that, you know, and there's no hope and everything. And I just thought it'd be nice to have a fun one.
So does that mean that you've got no sort of thoughts behind it? You just...
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what I think.
It is?
Oh, yeah. So, oh, the message is there. It's just a fun way of saying it.
Well, you do write everything for yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Is it sort of all your observations of everyday life, or...?
Yeah, I suppose that's where it comes from.
What do you do then? How do you write a song? Tell us how you write a song.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I write them on buses and things like that in my head. I just sing to myself, and if I'm still singing it after a couple of days, I'll try and improve on it.
What's that, the tune or the lyric?
Both. I usually just get odd lines and they stick in my head. And if they're still there, I play them to the others. If they like them, we do them.
You're very talented. Where does the name The Freshies come from?
It was a song, actually. I wrote a song in '74 which was called The Freshies, and I liked the name. It just meant nothing, but it sounded sort of bright and alert. So it stuck. And
are you, Chris Sievey, actually The Freshies?
In the beginning, possibly I was, but now, I mean, I'm not very good at playing instruments.
I don't believe it.
So I've got good musicians now who like my stuff, and, you know, so they're just as important because I can't do it without them.
Well, you live in Manchester, you're from Manchester.
Yeah.
Are you tempted now that you're getting better known, you know, to move away from there, or do you think...
Yes, I'm going to Brazil next week. No, I've no... It doesn't bother me where I live, actually. As you know, I don't mind. I'm happy where I am, you know.
And what about the effect on your family, you know, that this sort of the success of this record has had? How has it affected them?
They're in the mental asylum. No, I mean, well, like my wife, Paula, she's... I mean, we've been married 5 years, and she knows it, you know. She's used to it.
She's used to you?
Yeah.
And what are you hoping for from the future? I mean, where are you hoping to go? Or is it a case of making money, making music, having hit records? What's most important?
Well, actually, we want to get into video now. It's the same thing all over again. We're starting making our own 1-hour programmes, and they're rubbish at the moment, but hopefully we'll learn how to make them over the years, you know.
Yes, that's right. I believe I heard somewhere that you've got a fan who buys your videos but hasn't got a machine.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So keen on you.
Oh, yeah, he goes in, you know, rental shops and asks them to, you know, show it. And he writes and say, like, I've seen the first 10 minutes today, you know. And
what, before they throw him out?
Yeah, he's managed now just to see the first 1 hour, and he's just sent money for the next one now.
So when you say the video market, obviously it's a very new and expanding business. I mean, are you just concentrating on making videos of yourselves, or are you looking at it more of a business?
No, we're just doing it of ourselves. It's just we've started hiring cameras, and we film ourselves at gigs when we're making records, larking about. And just like edit together 1-hour things, which, you know, on the Freshies sort of thing, semi-documentary things.
You reckon this is the thing of the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's early days, but it's going to go video. I think it's the same thing like 10 years ago. Colour television was new, but everyone's got one now, you know. And I think in 10 years' time, everyone will have a video.
And what do you think you'll be doing in 10 years' time?
I might have gone to Brazil by then.
Or you might have come back. What do you want to do for the future, Chris? I mean, do you see your life totally being immersed in a pop world?
Yeah, I've always wanted to write a comedy film, so I might get around to doing something like that. I mean, it's you know, films and music. That's what I'm interested in.
Do you think for anybody listening who, you know, is similar to yourself, perhaps leaving school and mad keen on music, if they stick at it, can they make it?
Yeah, that's what it is, sticking at it.
But it's...
and sticking to your guns, you know. Don't sign anything. Keep it to yourself as long as you can.
That's obviously what you've done,
yeah.
And it's proved successful for you.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you've got a new single out today. It's called Wrap Up the Rockets. It's about nuclear wars. Do you think this is going to offend people? I mean, I know it's a good song, don't get me wrong, but do you think it might offend people? The way you treated it?
No, I don't think so. If it does, then I'm sorry.
The rockets are coming, so we might as well enjoy life.
Yeah. Well, no, no, it's not that. It's not. It's just saying that whether we spend money on them or not, it's not going to change anything. So, but if we did wrap it up and stop doing them, maybe other countries might do the same.
Do you think that?
Yeah.
Well, that's the view of Chris Sievey of the Freshies. Thank you for coming, and thanks especially for coming back today, because
okay, thanks to Chaz for driving.
So you've had to drive all the way over from the other side of Manchester again, and I'm sorry you couldn't find us yesterday.
That's all right.
But Chris, thanks for joining us again today. We're going to go out on your new single, Wrap. Go on, I'll let you say it.
Wrap up the rockets.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Wrap Up the Rockets. Well, that's the follow-up record to I'm in Love with a Girl on a certain Manchester megastore checkout desk from the Freshies. And of course, Chris Sievey, my guest today. Many thanks for coming in again to see us, Chris, and I hope you'll come back sometime soon. In the meantime, remember the name, The Freshies. That's their new record out today, Wrap Up the Rockets. It's a name I'm quite certain that we'll be hearing a lot about in the future.
Morning. It's Radio 1. It's Radio